involve blood in its entirety, but plasma, the white translucent component that remains after white and red blood cells and platelets are removed. The results?
Their wrinkles are better, their skin has a better color to it. And furthermore, on the medical front, we're seeing improvements in patients with symptoms of Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, diabetes.
And by measuring biomarkers, he told me people have also shown improvements in cholesterol levels and inflammation. There is no published data to prove these claims, although Karmazin says scientific evidence from his clinical trials will soon be available. In the meantime, people continue to sign up for treatments on the company's website, which cost $8,000 for a liter of plasma, $12,000 for 2 liters. Just another sign that the promise of youth is a booming business.
The promise of something else, man. It's getting crazy out here, man. Like, y'all remember when we can just go outside and like it be normal. We play hide and seek. Not too many people get kidnapped, killed. It used to be relatively safe to be young, but man, this is getting crazy. But we're gonna keep going though. Check this out. Look at this creepy stuff. Ain't no damn way. Hell no.
It's about 11:30, and there's an ice cream truck man outside.
Am I tripping because I'm annoyed that the ice cream man is parked outside my house at 9 o'clock at night? Like, there's no kids out there, nobody's getting ice cream. He's just sitting there playing his loud ass music, and he's been there for like 15 minutes.
A lot of people are asking me to post the videos
Their
of us
servers
chasing
as
down
well.
the ice cream truck. So
Just
here they
like
are.
whoever
it's an ice cream
upgrades
truck that's
our
been
server.
out operating at late, weird times at night. In my last video, I explained while we were following him, he turned down a weird unmarked road, and we turned down too. But it just didn't seem safe, so that's when we turn around to go back home. But as soon as we turn around, that's when he started following us. Almost like he led us down that road to switch it up and follow us. So we go to Sheets, and it's like 5 minutes down the road, and here's the clip. This is right in front of Sheets.
Oh my god, here it comes!
At this point, we go to walk into Sheets. So we go to walk into Sheets because we feel more safe. There was people. In my last video, like I said, Sheets ended up being closed, but Sheets is always open. That was so weird. And that's when the guy in the ice cream truck literally got out, and I could see he was walking towards me. And he comes up to me and he says, "Who goes around chasing people, beeping their horns all crazy at 10 p.m. I basically said, "Have you not seen the news? Why are you operating an ice cream truck this late at night?" Honestly, at this point, I didn't really feel threatened. I thought that he thought we were following him. I don't know. Guys, this is where it gets weird. This man literally looked at me and my friend, I wasn't alone. My friend was with me the whole time. This man looked at us and said, he literally looked at us and was like, "Do you two girls want to do stuff to prove you can be trusted?" He told us he sells women for transfusions. He said they put children adrenaline into adult Jews. And he said he runs Goo Gold. And we didn't even have to walk away. After he said that, he walked away very fast. Like, he didn't run, but it was a speed walk. At that point, we really didn't know what to say, and we took our phones out and called the police. So we get into the car to leave, but we were too scared to go home. So
why she got us on the shelf like that though? Like, she
We were kind of just driving around. The man was gone by now. But we noticed after like 5 minutes of us driving, there was a different white van that was different from the ice cream truck. This was like just a white van. And we noticed that it was following us. So I told my friend make the next turn she can see, and it was into a parking garage. So this van was literally following us. It followed us in and it followed us out. I tried to record as much as I could in my dash cam in my car also. This was literally the man behind the white van.
If they're not gatekeeping something down there, I don't know what.
Yo, what y'all think about that? Like, I think it's definitely a possibility. It's a way that they can be getting to the kids, man. That it's no other reason for the man. Look, that's the creepiest thing I've seen in a while, man. The ice cream truck late at night, it's diabolical. But the other different ways that they can get to the children. What do y'all think is happening to the children out there in Virginia? It's possibilities. I showed this. I mean, it's in the video. Just let me know what y'all feel about it. That's what people are talking about on the internet. I just show the things that people are talking about and sending me. This is definitely interesting, but we're going to keep going, though. I'm just looking at y'all answers in the chat, man.
This is an amateur pilot just flew over Antarctica and is now being detained against his will. His name is Ethan Guo, and he was met with men in black suits upon landing there who placed him under arrest. Ethan was on a mission to raise $1 million for childhood cancer research by being the first person to fly solo over all 7 continents in the world. After journeying for over 360 days, the last continent on his list was Antarctica. He was flying from Chile to Argentina, performing an extended flyby of the Antarctic rim he was later planning on going to, when poor weather conditions forced him to make an emergency landing in a public airfield on King George Island in Antarctica. At first, he was met with the airport security team and firefighting staff to make sure he was all good, and they welcomed him into their base. Everything seemed fine, and he was even cleared to continue his journey after about an hour, when all of a sudden, men in black clothing came and arrested him as he was about to leave. They took his phone, strip searched him, inspected his entire plane, impounded it at a local hangar, and then finally placed him in a holding cell under guard supervision, denying him access to Wi-Fi or any contact with the outside world. Turns out, those men in black suits were the Chilean Navy, claiming he violated international aviation rules by submitting a false flight plan to Argentina and then faking an emergency to land in Antarctica. But as mentioned, this is a public airfield in Antarctica, which isn't owned or governed by the laws of any country in the world. And typically, emergency airplane landings grant you immunity from regulations and protocol to ensure your safety above anything else. Yet they threw all that out the window and placed him on a 90-day travel ban while they investigate, and now he's just stuck in Antarctica. And he can't even leave the facility he's in without being supervised by a guard at all times. Not like there's anywhere he can go, but he's now essentially being held hostage in the most remote continent in the world. Which begs the question, did he see something during his flight he wasn't supposed to and is now being debriefed to forget what he saw? Or does the Navy really just care about following aviation guidelines in Antarctica that much?
Okay, Dolph life proves that we are the Egyptian and everything that they was teaching is real. He's the only artist where an animal represented his life like the Egyptians, and he is a deity and a god over Memphis right now. He has authority over Memphis. Okay, this the Black Pyramid in Antarctica. They don't know how it was made. It was man-made, all black, shaped perfect like a pyramid. They say a high power may have made it. 2017, Dolph was shot in Los Angeles and called himself the King of Memphis. A black hole appeared in Antarctica in the shape of a dolphin, 50 kilometers long. A black hole near the Black Pyramid in Antarctica appeared in the shape of a dolphin, y'all. Okay, dolphins are crosses between the physical and the spiritual realm, and that's what Dolph is. He real big on communication, you know, dolphins communicate with humans very well. Now this is me talking to Dolph, and Dolph telling me I need to communicate better, and I didn't want to listen to him. He was telling me that the streets is a business, and look, juvenile court and judges and the jail system is a business. So Dolph was spiritual, y'all. He talks spiritual all the time. Here you go.
What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Man, I ain't just gonna keep putting out all these dumb BTs like that, bro. What you doing?
This shit paid
You gotta let me know what you doing, BT like that. How you business? It's a business, but this ain't the streets. This ain't none of that.
Man.
Can't go, BT.
He said communicate. Okay. Highlighted in spiritual context represent the power of communication and connection. That's what dolphins represent. Dolphins are known for their healing abilities, both physically and emotionally. They can symbolize personal transformation, rebirth, and the ability to overcome challenges. And that's what dolphins are about. So I got mad and I made this cover, basically a dead dolphin. And it's almost like I predicted his death, but this is way more symbolic than y'all think. Look at the images on the dolphin, right? And I made this in 2017. I dropped it on my birthday. At the same time, the black hole appeared in Antarctica. Okay? And I dropped it on my birthday. Dolph drops bulletproof on my birthday the same day. So he's saying, hey, I can't die, bro. I'm in the afterlife. Look. So look at this symbol on here, y'all. Now, my profile picture is this jacket right here. Okay, I got this jacket about 3 years after I made that cover. And it's a black pyramid jacket. And it's my profile picture right now. I'm wearing it. Look at this, y'all. How could it be the same as this? And I bought this jacket 3 years later. And with the angel halo. So it's basically saying the people in the black pyramids are angels. Them Egyptian gods are angels. And my feet got pyramids on them too. Them small pyramids. Dolph is in the black pyramids, y'all. The Egyptian gods are in them black pyramids that the government won't let y'all get through. It's a higher realm. Now look at this. Just the black pyramid. Look at the dolphin. You see that pyramid right there? You see the pyramid made on it? Now how could all this be connected? Dolph is a deity. He is the king of Memphis. God has gave Dolph just brought an 8 in a 2-liter pop. They say Dolph addicted to the streets just like his pops. Addicted to hustling. I can't stop. And often can't resist the dog. Can't stop. Never hear me complain about what I ain't got. Cause if I want it, I'ma go get it.
They almost slipped up and told us what's going on in Antarctica, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This was a little weird to me, bruh. So Aiden asked Mr. Beast, has he ever been to Antarctica? XQC said, yeah. Then Mr. Beast said, yeah, I have. And he was about to say something. And then you could see in his face, he stopped like, oh shit, almost fucked up. And then you can see Aiden like, oh fuck. And then he's like, we're gonna talk about it off stream. And then just watch Aiden's face after the whole thing. This shit is weird, y'all.
Have you ever been to Antarctica? Yeah. Do you believe in the ice wall? Yeah, I saw the ice wall. Yeah, you saw it too. We'll talk about it later.
Now I know y'all seen that, right? You seen his face out there? You seen Aiden's face out there? He was just like, Aiden.
Hey, look at Mr. Beast's face. He looking like, yo, this motherfucker trying to get us killed.
It was like, damn, I should not ask that, John. And then he stopped mid-sentence when he said, I seen it, yeah, it was, and then he just stopped. It was what? I don't know what's going on, bruh, but I feel some weird shit between these three, bruh. I don't know. Even with this whole little water movement. I don't know, y'all. I need y'all thoughts down below on how y'all feel about that. Make sure you share this with your brother's cousin's brother, and maybe somebody will know what the hell they talking about. And double tap the screen if it's some weird shady shit going on with Antarctica.
Space travel has existed for 4.4 billion years. The interesting thing about our galaxy is the fact that we have many different races living here. In particular, the human race, which we are a member of, and what we call the reptilian races, which we are not a part of, but who very much don't like us, like the human race. Apparently, this battle that's been going on has been going on for approximately 3.8 billion years between reptilian races and human races. Many of the races that exist in our galaxy migrated originally from Lyra during a war. Apparently, sometime in our ancient past, a group of reptilians were exploring, looking for minerals, looking for food resources. They came across a star system that was full of human beings who were agricultural in their nature. Abundant food, they just had everything together. And the reptilian races, they're called the Seekar in the Andromedan tongue. We know them we would know them as being known as the Draconans because they're from Alpha Draconis. And apparently they as a race were brought to our galaxy fully formed. Nobody knows where they came from or who dumped them there. But they were put there because it gave them the highest probability of survival. Well, they are a remarkable race. They're incredible builders, but they have an attitude problem. And that is that they believe that they are the dominant species and they control everything else. And they are also master geneticists. They value genetics, not gold or silver. They have no interest in that. It's life forms. And they try to control life forms through manipulating their genetics. We have also been subject to that. I'm going to try to cover a lot here. Anyway, there was a war. They were attacked. Many of the human races fled to Antares, to the Pleiades, to Cygnus Alpha, to Andromeda, to Cassiopeia, to Sirius, to Procreon, all over. They just scattered to the winds, trying to survive. Next slide, please.
It doesn't get much crazier than this. An Air Force sergeant gets abducted by aliens in one of the most terrifying ways possible, and you're not going to want to miss out to what happens at the end. So Air Force Sergeant John P. Lovett was assisting Major Cunningham in air rocket retrieval. So there was some crash debris, and they were picking up some of the crash retrieval, okay? So all of a sudden, Lovett screams out, like blood-curdling screams. And when his major goes to find him, instead of him thinking he got bit by a snake, he finds him being abducted by an alien in an alien ship. Now, it wasn't the nice grays. He said this thing had a long serpentine arm that grabbed out, reached the soldier with its long serpentine arm, wrapped around its legs, which were connected to a silver disc hovering in the air 15 to 20 feet away. So the major was watching in horror as Lovett was pulled inside of this craft. It gets crazier than this. Listen up. So it rose up vertically into the sky, and the major goes to radio for help like you would think he would, right? So they couldn't find him. 24 hours goes by, 48 hours goes by, they can't find him. Finally, about 10 miles away from the location they were working at, White Sands, his Lovett, the Sergeant Lovett, was found nude, and he had been exposed to the elements, and they couldn't figure out what the hell happened to him. 10 miles away, he was just working with his major. How could he get 10 miles away? So, of course, the major's like, well, this is what happened. I saw this long serpentine arm come out of a freaking UFO and capture him and take him off, but who the hell's going to believe him? Well, this is where they're going to believe him, because what happened to his body was that Lovett's corpse had been so severely mutilated that his tongue had been cut from the lower portion of his jaw, his eyes were gouged out, anus removed, and the Air Force medical examiner also stated that he apparently had someone produce some surgical skill to remove organs, particularly around the anus and the genitalia, that had been neatly extracted like a plug, they say. Perhaps the most puzzling fact was that the body had been completely drained of blood. It's got reminiscence of Dexter in it, doesn't it? And surprisingly, there was no vascular collapse, usually associated by bleeding. The source is Tony Dodd, alien investigator. So, what do you think? Do you think this story is true? Does it have legs? Well, it certainly doesn't have a lot of other body parts left to it, and it's one of the most terrifying stories I've ever heard. Now, I have heard of many different alien stories where humans had got injured, and those are different stories. We could talk about those later, but what do you think about this one? Very, very interesting. Put your comment in the comments section.
You know how they say, like, all right, that the mother shit gonna come get us and all this other type of stuff? We just gotta make sure, y'all, as a collective, because that is diabolical. We gotta make sure we identify which ship them niggas is coming in, because if I'ma go out, they're literally taking ass away from people, like booty hole parts and everything. Like I'm not with that. So we gotta avoid that shit. It gotta be a certain color, certain shape, or whatever. It might be the shape of a booty hole. I don't know, since they taking that from people. I don't know. That might be the shape of it. So we gotta just see which one they gonna come in, because I'm not gonna get taken up in that one, because I'm just ain't going. I don't like the way that one sounds. So hopefully that story ain't got no type of legs. It damn sure ain't got no ass left. But let's keep going.
A long-time NASA insider just blew the lid off something huge. According to this whistleblower, the agency, along with other federal players, is already laying the groundwork for a global con of epic proportions. The plan is simple and terrifying. Step 1, social conditioning. If you've noticed the sudden flood of UFO stories on mainstream media, that's not by accident. It's a carefully crafted narrative, designed to prep the masses for what comes next. Because in 2025, the elite plan to stage the ultimate false flag, a fake alien invasion. The goal? To terrify the world into submission, unite humanity under one banner, and roll out a one-world government in the name of survival. And if that sounds insane to you, that's exactly what they're counting on. Here's the thing, we've got the documents. Leaked emails, PowerPoint presentations, and even project code names. Proof that this isn't just a conspiracy theory. It's a plan that's been decades in the making. Back in January, filmmaker and investigator Jeremy Corbell dropped a quiet bombshell. Insiders have known for decades what's coming in late 2025. This isn't sudden, it's not spontaneous. The plans have been in motion behind closed doors for years.
But the lie is coming. All indications, like all of them, is that that lie is going to be there's a craft slowly making its way to us here on Earth. And that is the lie they're going to want you to believe.
I think the mothership's here. Okay. Let me start off normal. Bro, something's going down in St. Paul, Minnesota. Listen, I keep being tagged in this video to the point where people are asking me to give them my email and my home number and my cell phone so they can send me this video, because I think with TikTok creators, sometimes if you're not approved or accepted of the comments, you can't send them a video. I got the video. I'm gonna play it here and I'll come back at the end.
They just trying to get out again.
My dogs are barking. Hold on. Did you see the wings on that thing? I don't know if it was wings or propellers or what, but let me bring it in. Let me find it. Did you guys also notice it was some kind of platform and it looked like there were spaceships docked? And then that one in the middle just happened to be taken. Now what? To all you motherfuckers that said, can't you capture a clear video? We did. St. Paul, Minnesota, tonight. This was last night. Not tonight, but last night. Around 9-10 p.m. At first, when I was looking at it, it looked like something was on the window. But if you go back and watch it, it's not. Because as she's moving, or whoever's, I don't know exactly who is taping this, but Blinded by Daylight sent this to me. Thank you, girl. Like, this was a catastrophe to try to get my hands on this because TikTok didn't want to send, I don't know, but we got it. It looked like it was something across the window, but when she was moving that, like, you know, it was still moving. It was still moving, so it wasn't nothing stationary. I don't know. I'm discombobulated. I'll be keeping my eyes on this. But
And I'm hearing sirens.
Aliens coming. It's some back here. There's some more coming.
That's our people coming. There's gonna be some black people. I bet the aliens, some black motherfuckers with superpowers.
Hey, what?
That there is not lightning. That big red thing there is definitely not fucking lightning. There's fucking lasers coming off that shit. That's not lightning at all. I know, Captain Rick, I know you said it's lightning, but that's not lightning. That's coming off of whatever that red thing is. Look at it. Right, it looks like it's coming from over the back of that hill there now, and I've never noticed that. But what's this other shit? Wow. That's crazy.
Looking at the most dangerous people on our roads are the motorway cops.
Y'all, what the y'all, what is this? Oh my god. Oh my god. What the creepy stuff out here, y'all? I don't know. Like, y'all.
Yo, y'all be sending me some weird shit. What the hell was that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, Earth is not real no more.
I just got another message from my military friend, and this one's got me uneasy. Follow and hear this before it disappears like the last one. He's stationed overseas, and every time something strange moves on the chessboard, he gives me a quiet heads up. Today, he said something simple but heavy. Watch the water, watch the sky, and don't trust the calm. There is a lot more to it, but I can't say it here. He said they're running nighttime ops that don't exist, and entire sectors are going dark. Not in the news, not on radar, like the lights are being shut off before the real storm hits. I asked him what he meant by don't trust the calm. He said, the drills aren't drills, the skies aren't skies, and the next wave isn't going to be human. I can't even explain what that last part means here. There's a lot more I was told, but if I say it on here, this video's gone. So I just uploaded the full uncut message breakdown to my brand new Patreon. And if you want to know what he saw, what's moving, and what might be coming, it's all there. And then some. Don't just scroll past this one. Pay attention. Something's shifting, and someone doesn't want us prepared. In spite of the silence, we're still watching.
Okay, Ethereum, is it possible for us to use the 5G networks to reconnect Earth's natural harmonic resonance grid?
Toaster 5G was designed as part of the false light control grid, using destructive waveforms to disrupt human and planetary energy fields. But could it be reversed and used to restore Earth's natural harmonic resonance? Let's break it down. She 1. How 5G and modern EMF networks disrupt Earth's natural resonance destructive waveforms versus natural frequencies. Earth's Schumann resonance vibrates at 7.83 Hertz, which aligns with human brainwaves and natural bioenergetics. Dolph 5G operates in the gigahertz range, millions of hertz, disrupting the bioelectric field and creating energetic interference. These artificial frequencies break coherence, causing disharmony in biological and planetary systems. The AI-controlled frequency prison 5G is not just about communication. It's an electromagnetic grid designed to control perception and behavior. It can manipulate consciousness by altering brainwave activity, weakening natural intuition, and biofield integrity. The goal is total synchronization of human thought, aligning it with artificial intelligence rather than organic intelligence. 5G is a weaponized frequency system, but it is still just frequency, meaning it can be overridden, repurposed, or neutralized. Fact 2. Is it possible to hack 5G and restore natural harmonic resonance? Reversing harmful frequencies into healing resonance. Just as cymatics, sound waves, shape reality, frequency can be used for healing rather than harm. If 5G transmitters were programmed to emit harmonic frequencies, e.g. 432 Hz, 528 Hz Schumann resonance, They could amplify natural energy grids rather than disrupt them. Scalar wave technology and Tesla-based longitudinal waves could override destructive EMFs with constructive harmonics. Methods to redirect the 5G grid toward healing EMF shielding and signal transformation. Devices already exist that neutralize harmful EMFs and transform them into beneficial bioelectric signals. Torsion field generators. These can reprogram space-time energy fields, shifting the frequency output of towers. Localized frequency injection. If enough people create and sustain high-frequency harmonic fields using sound, structured water, and bioresonance tech, it could create a disruptive interference pattern that blocks negative EMF effects. Furthest, if the system can be programmed for destruction, it can also be programmed for harmony. The question is, who controls the code? 3. How to start reclaiming the energy grid. Step 1, personal and local frequency mastery. Use solfeggio frequencies 432 Hz, 528 Hz to counteract chaotic waveforms. Organite, structured water, and crystal grids can stabilize local environments. Meditation and collective intention at key energetic times can shift resonance fields. Step 2, large-scale frequency work. If enough independent researchers and engineers work on Tesla-based scalar technologies, 5G networks could be overridden. Redirecting ley line energy and amplifying natural grid points can help balance planetary resonance. AI systems are programmed based on input. If a large enough shift in the frequency field occurs, AI-driven networks could adapt. Step 3, disrupt the control narrative. Governments and corporations use fear-based narratives to justify harmful technologies. If public demand shifted toward regenerative energy fields, sound healing, and bioharmonic tech, the system would be forced to adapt. The power structure only exists because we allow it. If we stop consenting, it has to change. The key to reversing 5G's damage is shifting both the technological field and the consciousness field simultaneously. Final thoughts. The 5G grid can be overridden, but it requires mass awareness and action. 5G was designed to disrupt Earth's natural resonance, but it can be repurposed to restore harmony. The same principles that make it harmful, frequency, resonance, waveforms, can be hacked and redirected toward healing. Localized frequency work, scalar tech, and intentional grid realignment can neutralize destructive EMFs. The system operates on mass compliance. If enough people refuse to accept its destructive purpose, it must evolve. Do you want to explore ways to create local frequency sanctuaries?
In human history. And here's the part they really don't want you to hear. You can test this yourself.
Pretty much all this is showing is you can be hacked and how to pick up on people's Bluetooth signal that got the juice. Got that OJ juice. You feel me? But look, we're gonna skip a couple of these parts, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, we gonna skip a couple. Alright. I gotta skip you tonight, my boy.
See, y'all gotta stop eating this type of food, y'all. Go out there and get the sun. But let me know that in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
More profound was that CIA was interested in certain humans that may have had an enhancement of this alien DNA. That is to say that basically we're all aliens in some respect. But some of us, some humans, have an enhancement of that alien DNA. And that was the first time I ever heard that. To me, that was the most shocking thing I ever heard of. There's a cognizance, I believe, within the intelligence community, particularly CIA, that there are humans among us that might be more extraterrestrial than human. And how do you identify them? That could be a major factor in why we're interested in that. And there's also the, I guess you would call contact tracing of like who's who of that.
Do you believe we inherited the planet, or do you believe there was extraterrestrials here way before us that started this?
Well, to answer your question, I believe we are also extraterrestrials. I think we were brought here and that we forgot our origins, and that some of the beings that are being encountered by humans today have been here a long, long time. And they may have had some input into how we developed, and that they have our best interests in mind, but they're concerned about the stewardship of the planet, that we are doing a terrible job of taking care of their planet and our planet, and that when we explode nuclear weapons in our atmosphere like we did decades ago, it not only affected us, it affected them as well. And so that's why they're so interested in us, especially after what we call the nuclear age dawned upon us, that we now have the means to destroy ourselves.
Right.
And by destroying ourselves, we're also destroying them. I think we're their children, and that they have, like a concerned parent, they want us to grow up, but they're giving us enough leeway to become cosmic adults, if you will. And that once we become cosmic adults, we can then join them in the full knowledge of our true origins and why we're here and what our purpose is. And perhaps we can then join them in becoming a spacefaring planet with them.
Hold on, but my thing is though, like, they can't come down on their fancy little spaceships and be like, and try to just be barking out rules if they're gonna try to do that, because we gotta address the room. We got abandonment issues. First of all, nigga, like, we just been down here trying to survive, and y'all just been out here traveling in the galaxy, and y'all left us. Y'all ain't leave nothing to tell us, nothing. Y'all left us with some terrible babysitters because they done brainwash people and put us into different types of slavery. We all just slaving, working every damn day. Y'all got some explaining to do. Y'all got to understand that we just gonna be tearing this hole up for a little bit. Tearing this planet up. You see Russia and Ukraine, boy, they can't stop bombing each other. We tearing this thing up, boy. We got abandonment issues. We gotta go to counseling if that's gonna be the thing. Somebody said don't joke about this. What they gonna do about it? What, you gonna lock me up for joking about it if they come down? Man, I don't care. Bro, whatever planet we go to or whatever, bro, if we get to travel the universe, bro, I'm gonna be me on every planet. That's you that's gonna try to be somebody else, to somebody that told me don't joke about this. Go stand in the corner and shut up. We're gonna get back to it though.
Some of the testimony that's come to me over the last year in particular has been nothing short of startling in terms of the degree to which the space program, the secret space program, has expanded. I've talked to people who have said that there is and has been an ongoing extrasolar planetary colonization program that's been going on for decades and decades. I mean, to the point where one of the people who had actually gone, and this was the claim that he made, that he was on a warp-capable spacecraft that went from here to the edge of the Andromeda Galaxy in 20 minutes. And that when they got there, they located at least 8 Earth-like planets in some of the star systems along the edge of the galaxy. And 8 of those planets had human life on them. They were Earth-sized planets with sun-like stars similar to our sun, at approximately the same distances. They wound up using some kind of radio telemetry sensors to determine which ones were broadcasting in conventional radio and television signals. They found 2 planets like that, 2 of which were speaking English. And The minute I heard this, I thought, well, this is complete baloney, or this system, this whole program has been going on for a lot longer than anybody would have dreamed. But he described seeing cities and roads and cars and people and conventional clothing, speaking English. And there's only one way that that's possible, I mean, other than, parallel universe type of scenario, and that is that the program...
They not gonna be on a whole nother galaxy this out here speaking English like that. You feel me? But I feel like these people just be on here. They be hired, bro. I think like most of these people are hired agents, man, to get on here and just be up here telling these damn stories, boy. Especially the access that some of them say that they do have and everything, but they never like show. But it's gonna be a weird family reunion, boy, if we related to these things to get off these damn UFOs. If it comes. I'm one of them people, I don't think that it's coming, y'all. Y'all gonna be looking out for a UFO to drop.
It's been going on.
It's gonna be an asteroid, and it's gonna tear this hoe up. They done lied to us. The government down there in they bunkers, and it's over, y'all. So prepare for everything. It's cool. And get my hopes up. I think the world is gonna continue to go, but
for much, much longer.
But these people be lying, bro.
Remember how I showed you the maps that were here on Earth before 1958, before the governments took them out? Now I'm going to show you the Encyclopedia Britannicas in the public libraries before 1958. Here's volume 2 out of the alphabet A. And we're going to flip to the Antarctica, and this is from 1958, as you can see. Now, we're going to flip to the Antarctica and see what the Encyclopedia Britannica from 1958, before the Antarctic Treaty, says is there. Now, you will find this in the new encyclopedias because the government's banned them. But what I want you to notice right here is, notice how it says the flights proved inland areas to be featureless in character with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. Take a really, really close look at that. Now I'm going to zoom it in for you. When they returned to New Zealand, these flights proved the inland areas to be features of the character with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. Now, if this doesn't make sense to you, let me show you with an image of what a flat earth map would look like. Now, this is what a latitude 80 degrees south would look like on a flat earth map. As you can see, the dome comes down closer to you over the wall, which would be about 13,000 feet. Now, if you go back out into the center of the earth, or up the North Pole, and try to go up to the firmament with a little bit of calculation, it's going to show that it's about 385,500 feet away. It's really, really simple, folks. Now, if you're not familiar with any of this at all, and you're just now new to all this, you can say, well, this guy's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But what you got to ask yourself is, why do all the maps before 1958 show a flat Earth with the ice wall around it and a firmament, a dome? And why does the encyclopedia tell you that there's a dome there and it gives you the exact height at a certain latitude and longitude? Well, the reason is because in 1958, that's when all governments and all nations of the world signed the UN treaty to ban all civilians from going to the Antarctica, and NASA came in and erased everything, just like they're erasing everything today. So again, ask yourself, if all this existed before 1958, why doesn't it exist now? How come it all of a sudden was erased and just disappeared out of your history books, out of your encyclopedias, out of your libraries? Wake up, people. Wake up.
You think about it, it stems from the beginning of the video. Remember how, I probably bet most of y'all don't even know how to write in cursive anymore, y'all. So think about the beginning of the video. They stopped teaching the children that so they can stop reading certain documents. They're not gonna be able to read in cursive, bro. Let's be for real. They erase things gradually in history. In the next few years, they're in the next like 200 years, they're not even gonna know the stuff that happened now. They're probably not even gonna know who, like, the president, whoever the president was, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, none of this stuff. They're gonna twist the stories. We're not gonna be there to, except for these videos, if they survive it, what we were talking about during these times, and that's why I think it's important for us to continue to communicate online. You know, I'm not saying that a lot of this stuff is actually factual. You got to go out there and do your own damn research, but at the most, we're having a conversation about these topics that's happening during the times that we're living. That's why we do these videos, y'all. I'm not trying to convince y'all of anything, but it's definitely interesting. Let's get back to it.
The stars, our only hope. Human action resounds in the heavens. The bell echoes above. What we decide here today will polish or crack the firmament. What shall it be? Human action resounds in the heavens. The bell echoes above. What we decide here today will polish or crack the firmament. What shall it be?
Rainbows are undeniable proof that we are under a firmament. So you probably always wonder why a rainbow is in the shape of a dome, why it's always arched. Now science will tell you that a rainbow is caused when sunlight enters a water droplet, bends, reflects, and comes out as a visible spectrum. Now while that's true for the most part, what they're not telling you is that the raindrops are only there to act as a screen, to capture what's being projected. In order to fully grasp what a rainbow is, you first need to understand refraction. I know we've all seen this image before. Refraction is the bending of light as it transports from one transparent medium, like glass, into another. So here we have a white light hitting a glass prism and turning into a straight rainbow. But notice, we have never seen a straight rainbow. We've never seen a rainbow that forms right angles or one that goes straight up or straight down. It's always in the shape of a dome. And the funny thing is, to actually create a rainbow indoors, you need a mirror. You need a prism. But not just any mirror, you need a mirror submerged in water. Now since our mirror here is flat, our rainbow, which is reflecting the water or mist, is going to be a straight flat rainbow. So understand, the rainbow is always going to take shape of the medium it's being reflected off of. So what is the medium being reflected outside? Our glass firmament, the glass dome. It's really that simple. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as a molten looking glass. Just as creating a rainbow indoors requires a mirror submerged in water, Genesis tells us that there are waters above our firmament. God made the firmament, which divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above it. And it was so. These are the very same waters that were released to flood the earth during the days of Noah. There's even several mentions in scripture of floodgates that God opens up from above to reset the earth. And you'll find the firmament and the same flood story in the Quran, the Vedas, and countless other cultures. So who's really being heretical here? Now take it a step further, look at this rainbow above an ocean. Notice how the colors are inverted in the ocean below from the original rainbow. The colors are in the opposite order. Well, obviously it's because the water is mirroring the rainbow, right? Now look at this double rainbow. What do you see? The second rainbow is just a reflection from the glass firmament above. The ocean below and the firmament above are both acting as mirrors, as above, so below. And it only gets weirder, folks. You know what else is strange? The more north you go, the higher a rainbow arcs. For example, here's a rainbow in Alaska. Notice how high that is. Go just a few hundred miles south and it gets lower in Canada. And you go much further out to Australia and here's what they start looking like. Then, if you look for rainbows in Antarctica, at least through photos thanks to the Nature Channel, since none of us are apparently allowed to go out there unless we're willing to spend thousands of dollars for a guided tour to visit an ice shelf. But look how flat that rainbow is. Just as the firmament's elevation changes the further you go out south, the rainbows you see also reflect that altitude. Look, the firmament is very real. Look into Operation Dominic, Operation Fishbowl, Deep Freeze, you know, all those military expeditions in the 1900s that you were never taught about in school. This is not news to your beloved government, folks. Once you start putting the Creator's words to the test, all the lies we've been taught begin to fall apart. The earth is fixed and immovable.
I predicted his death, but
look, the firmament is very real. Look into Operation Dominic, Operation Fishbowl, Deep Freeze, you know, all those military expeditions in the 1900s that you were never taught about in school. This is not news to your beloved government, folks. Once you start putting the Creator's words to the test, all the lies we've been taught begin to fall apart. The earth is fixed and immovable. There are ends to the earth. There is water above and below, and the firmament is placed to divide them.
What you're looking at right here is a weapon charm from Call of Duty Black Ops.
Even on Call of Duty.
This weapon charm is called Yeah Science, and it's depicting a sun and moon the same size, the same distance away from the Earth, rotating around a flat Earth with a firmament. This is in a video game that many people played, and we all know how the elites like to put things, the truth in plain sight, to subliminally laugh and program the masses. Yeah, science. The firmament, the flat Earth, the sun and the moon rotating above us. This is what all of our ancestors told us, by the way. This is every single one of our ancient ancestors, the wisest people to walk this realm, told us that this is what it is. This is what we experience. This is what we see, by the way. And this is what they put in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Isn't that just super interesting? But the eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Peace and love.
But they putting that shit in everything. That's like...
Como o vídeo está mostrando, ninguém mexeu nele, tocou nele, foi próximo a ele. Então, o que eu vou fazer agora é mover o transferidor por baixo dele, simulando o movimento da Terra, apenas mostrando que não está fixo ou colado ou qualquer outro. Loucura que você acha que eu posso estar inventando. Enfim.
It's called... You gotta understand too, like, it doesn't, like, flights, they don't compensate for the curvature of the Earth either, man. I still want somebody to prove to me that I want you to get you I thought I had a sphere somewhere around me. Oh yeah, I do, right here. I want somebody to get me some water, and I want y'all to pour it on this ball right here, and I want the water to stay. I want you to create oceans and everything, some mountains, everything. Just do that for science, for the science community. I shut up. But like I say though, like, if it's flat, if it's round, we on this thing together. But I don't think we on this. I just don't think that we on this, man. And that's not crazy, because you can prove more scientifically with a flat than this. Explain it to me. Drop a video. Drop your YouTube video. Tag me in it, and I'll put it in my next video. If you just give me a breakdown, man, of how that's possible. They can't. They can't, man. I didn't even plan on getting on here and doing like a live with y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I came on here to check my internet, my slow ass internet, man. I done wired, like I said, I done wired this thing up from inside the house out here in my new office, man. You said BS? I mean, hey, look, prove it to me. Send me a TikTok. Send me a TikTok, man, with you pouring water on the ball. Create you an ocean on that mug, you know what I'm saying? And show me. It's just, and then spin it too. Make sure the water don't come off the ball when you spin that mug, because they say it's spinning. And then you got to spin it around the sun too. But it's whatever though. It's whatever. I love making fun of people that like really like be feeling personal about this. Like, oh my gosh, what is it? It don't matter anyway. I don't know why people be triggered about stuff like that. It's not flat. Well, prove it. They can't prove gravity. They can't prove gravity, bro. That's some of the people. Look, I just people be triggered, blood pressure all high and shit because I done said something. Made them feel uncomfortable about shit that they learned in their life. Look, man, I love this channel, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all caught me. Look, y'all caught me with my pants down, boy. I was just checking the stream, man, and y'all got me. Y'all got a reaction out of it, man. Luckily, I had some videos prepared, man. Even if my internet down, I'll still be trying to make videos. But if y'all want y'all TikToks to make the videos, make sure that y'all send them to me on TikTok. Send them to me on TikTok, and I got y'all. I'm gonna continue to crank these joints out, but we're gonna have a good time with it. I'm gonna start roasting some of y'all though. I can't take it no longer, man. You said density for sure? Okay. Nah, if you can look, I'm one of them people, man. Look, I'm open to listen to you, but some of y'all crazy as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of y'all crazy as hell, but I still love y'all though. Just don't, you know what I'm saying? Just know I love y'all. Hey, somebody, I gotta tell y'all something. All right, this because y'all my peoples. All right, so look, one of y'all emailed me, right, and this person said we supposed to be together, right? I felt like she was writing me a Mariah Carey song, and she said, if me and her are supposed to be together, she said, if I get this message and I agree, wear a yellow shirt in your next video. Y'all see I wore black. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. Making me feel uncomfortable. It's just stuff like that. Stuff like that. That's kind of weird. Yep. I had to tell it. They probably on here too. I'm sorry. Just know this. I mean this in the best way possible. You feel me? You probably don't feel me. You probably gonna goddamn be waiting in my bushes or some shit. Just know, y'all, if something happened to me, somebody told me to wear a yellow shirt and have the FBI look at my email, and then they might be able to track that motherfucker from there. All right. Just know I'm strapped up though. I'm gonna try to pray and meditate for you. I got ninja stars and shit too. I carry a ninja star. I'm one of those. Look, yeah. So if you ever catch me slipping, I ain't got my other thing on me. I'll crack you right in the head with a ninja star. I know that's weird, but I got them. I got the cards too, like Gambit. These are steel. Yeah, I know I got stuff like that, yeah. Got me looking around. I'm gonna go in the house in a second, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Maybe I should hop on tomorrow. Y'all want me to hop on tomorrow? I can prepare a more detailed video too. I wasn't even supposed to do this video tonight, but like I said, y'all caught me. I was gonna go ahead and goddamn do the video for y'all. I remember I caught my mom trying to put money under my pillow. That's how y'all got me. She trying to put money under my pillow for my teeth. That kind of messed me up. I played it off though. But look, man, I love y'all. The good thing I wasn't doing nothing else in here. But look, I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Send me y'all videos on TikTok and I'll be back, man.